Dear learners of Standard 7, welcome back to your Science Geography class. Hopefully, you all are doing great at home by the mercy of Almighty Allah. Previous day, I had discussed with you about the pollution of soil, water and air. Do you know what effect they have on the environment? So, dear learners, today I will discuss the effect. Today I will discuss the effect of pollution, preservation of pollution and conservation of environment from your science book geography part lesson 9 and 10. So let's start the class. First of all, I will tell you about the soil. You know, soil is a mixture of organic matter, decomposed body of plants and animals, which make the soil dark in color and makes the soil fertile. So, soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals. There are different types of minerals, particles, elements remain in the soil, gaseous substance, liquids and organisms, starts from the microbes, bacteria, etc. that together support life. So, really, without soil, we will not feel comfort or we will not lead our life. So, soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that together support life. And we also know that soil is commonly referred to as earth or dirt. Soil has four important functions. What are they? Soil acts as a medium for plant growth. Soil acts as a means of water storage, supply and purification, as a modifier of earth atmosphere and acts as a habitat for different types of organisms. So, dear learners, by this time you have learned the causes of soil pollution is the increase of waste materials in the soil. So, here you are observing the different types of waste materials which are thrown in the soil. So, various solid and chemical waste are responsible for soil pollution. And also, environment is damaged in different ways due to unplanned disposal of these type of waste materials. Now follow the glass, broken part of a glass. So, this is the glass. This aluminium we used to make the different types of things. Then polythene, we are using the polythene nowadays. So, follow here this glass, aluminium and polythene thrown in the soil, but they don't mix up easily with the soil. As a result, what happened? The fertility of soil is lost because these types of minerals or these types of elements don't get or don't petrify in the soil or don't decompose in the soil. So, you would be astonished to know that it takes 100 years for aluminium to mix up with soil, glass takes 200 years and polythene needs about 450 years to decompose in the soil. So, these things makes our drains and water bodies silted and are more responsible for water clogging. Next, they find their way to ponds, river and seas. So, barrier or blockade creates by these materials in the drains. So, the drain water don't pass easily for this disposal of waste materials. So, these materials become threat to every organisms. And dear learners, insecticides and chemical fertilizers which are using in the field indiscriminately to grow the crop fields or agricultural crop. So, insecticides and chemical fertilizers are used in agricultural lands are harmful for all organisms. These chemicals mixing up with foodstuffs which we get and through plants may cause fatal diseases like cancer. Now, some more effects of soil pollution you will know. That is, pollution runs off into rivers and kills the fish, plants and other aquatic life. That means the living organisms which are remain or exist in the water body. These are called the aquatic life. Then crops and fodder. This fodder, the food for the animal or cattle. So crops and fodder grown on polluted soil may pass the pollutant on to the consumers. Polluted soil may no longer grow crops and fodder. Soil structure is damaged. Clay ionic structure impaired. That means soil has a definite type of texture and structure. So that structure is damaged by soil pollution. Corrosion of foundations and pipelines. That means erode of foundations and pipelines. This may release vapors and hydrocarbons into buildings and cellars. May create a toxic dust and different types of toxic substance or toxic gaseous substance. May poison children playing in the area. So there are enough bad impact of soil pollution in our environment. Now we will know about the effect of water pollution. You have learnt that we pollute water in various ways, and this drinking such water, people suffer from different types of diseases. Now follow, water pollution is the contamination of water bodies usually as a result of human activities. So human beings are mainly responsible to pollute the water. So water bodies include, for example, water bodies, lakes, rivers, oceans, aquifers and groundwater. Water pollution results when contaminants are introduced into the natural environment. For example, releasing inadequately treated wastewater into natural water bodies can lead to degradation of aquatic ecosystem. So this wastewater degrade our aquatic ecosystem, because by the disposal of waste materials, water body becomes contaminated, and the waste water, by these waste materials, our water bodies degradation occur. And in turn, this can lead to public health problem for people living downstream. They may use the same polluted river water for drinking or bathing or irrigation purpose. So water pollution is the leading worldwide cause of death of diseases, that is waterborne disease occur. So drinking such polluted water, people suffer from different types of diseases. That means dysentery, diarrhea, jaundice, typhoid, etc. And in this polluted water, fish and other aquatic organisms cannot survive. As a result, what happened? Balance of the aquatic environment is disturbed. Now we will know the effect of air pollution. So air pollution is the presence of substances in the atmosphere that are harmful to the health of humans and other living beings, or cause damage to the climate or to material. So you have learned by this time that air is polluted in different ways. When air is polluted, the quantity of different gases in the air rises up, and it has the harmful effect on human beings. When the quantity of carbon monoxide gases increases in the air, it may cause diseases right from breathing problem to fatal disease like cancer and many more diseases, that chronic disease, that is long duration exposure and or long term effects, example lung cancer, heart disease, damage to brain, nervous system damaged, liver, kidney, etc., etc. So smokes from industrial plants may cause also acid rain after mixing with the air. So acid rain follow. Acid rain is a rain or any other form of precipitation or rainfall that is unusually acidic, and meaning that it has elevated level of hydrogen ions. It can have harmful effects on plants, aquatic animals and infrastructures. Acid rain is caused by emission of sulfur dioxide, that is greenhouse gases, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, which react with the water molecules in the atmosphere to produce acid, and this acid rain is very harmful when it mixing with the air. And acid rains not only harm human beings, aquatic animals are also affected, and it also damages the balance of aquatic environment. So follow the environment damaged by acid rain. This is the emission of the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, etc. This, when this type of gases mixes with the air, this may harm human beings and aquatic animals, and also it damages the balance of the aquatic environment. So acid rain is caused when pollutant present in the air mixes up with the rain and fall back on the ground. This polluted water could dissolve away some of important nutrients found in the soil and change the structure of the soil. So by acid rain, the agricultural land totally damaged and lost its fertility. Besides that, due to air pollution, what happened? Due to air pollution, temperature of the earth also rise. So by these types of hydrocarbons, these are most suspended particles. These primary pollutants, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide. The secondary pollutant, these are. So these types of sources of pollutants, this type of pollutants actually pollutes the air or make the air pollution. Thus the temperature of the earth becomes higher than the before. Then what happened? The scientists say that if the rise of temperature continues in this way, the average height of the sea level will go up. As a result, the land of the coastal low-lying areas will be submerged. Then at the same time, some areas will experience drought, especially the northern part of our country. So there will be changes in local climate. So local climate will be changed. Normally the season will vary, extreme hot, extreme cold, then the excessive rainfall or no rainfall, this type of climatic change occur. Then as a result, not only human beings but also innumerable plants and animals will perish from the earth, that means destroy or diminish from the earth. Consequently, the earth will face problems from all sides. So dear learners, this effect of air pollution, soil, water and air pollution is much more effective for our environment, and it destroys the environmental balance. So ways to preserve the different components of environment. You know, there are these three basic factors of environment or common elements of the environment: soil, air and water. So the soil, air and water are essential for our life, but it is due to man the environment is gradually become unsuitable for habitation. So all organisms will face threat of extinction if the environment cannot be kept undisturbed and healthily. The only way to keep the environment pollution free is to create awareness among the people. So what we can do to live a healthy life and to protect plants and animals from extinction? We have to stop the killing of birds and animals. Then that means we have to stop the killing of birds and animals, reduce, reuse and recycle the valuable components of environment. Then the environment must be kept free of pollution. That means household garbage and food remains should be thrown to a particular place and buried them under the soil, not throwing here and there. So it will make if we throw our household garbage here and there, it will make the environment pollution. Then we have to conserve the water bodies. So because water bodies control the world temperature. Then creating public awareness through environmental programs. By taking different types of strategy of environmental program, we have to create the public awareness. Then planting more and more trees, because trees will minimize the percentage of carbon dioxide and maximize the percentage of oxygen. we should stop the exploitation of natural resources. Then population should be reduced, because if population increase, we will build up or set up different types of industries. Then we have to set up different types of brick kilns which will emit different types of smokes. So from that smokes emitting the industries should be treated to, that means will create the pollution. Then cultivable land should not be spoiled. Policy to protect biodiversity in agro production should be adopted. Forest resources should be increased and more forest should be created in a country. That means forest should be conserved. It should be kept in mind that these areas are the habitats of different types of organisms, and these plants help us also keep our environment pollution free. Animal and fish resources should be protected and increased. Smokes emitting from industries should be treated to make them pollution free before releasing to the environment by using the modern technology. And use of plastic and polythene should be stopped. Instead of jute bags should be used. So jute bags will be environment friendly. Then use of insecticides and chemical fertilizers should be reduced. Instead, manures and biological control of insects may be used. And dear learners, we have to be very much careful or cautious to make our environment pollution free, because one cannot think of the existence of the organisms without soil, air and water, and all of us should keep these environmental factors free from pollution and conserve them properly. Due to the increase of population, the elements of the environment are in enormous uses. As a result of different types of pollutions are occurring continuously. So we must have to be very much careful to conserve our environment. So today up to this, thank you all.